cyber dimension. I'm the mighty Scrozzle, and this is my kingdom.
Welcome to the Legacy of Nerd. My name is Daniel, and today I am here with one of our legendary villains of Power Rangers, Campbell Cooley. How are you doing, man?
I'm really good. I'm loving being here. Thank you so much.
I'm the mighty Scrozzle, and this is my kingdom.
That's awesome, man. So did you come to San Antonio often? I feel like you got here really quick.
No. I've been only here once before, about 14 months ago, but I wasn't in the downtown area. So this is my first time officially being here, and I'm loving it.
So we got Riverwalk, we got everything, Tower America.
It's amazing.
It's really nice out here.
It's really nice.
So you have voiced several villains over the years of Power Rangers. Man, I know, I think you started Operation Overdrive with Alpha, but for the villains, how do you seem to match your voice so well with that specific character? Scrozzle, Slither.
Greetings all! I am Slither, a master of illusion. Behold my dazzling deception.
That's really hard to answer because so my first job was in 2005 on SPD. I went into audition for Tomar's, and that was just a kind of, I saw the character and a voice came to me.
It's far from ordinary. Watch!
Whoa, where we go? No idea.
Have a nice trip, boys.
He kind of had this big toothy grin, and I thought, oh, he kind of reminds me of the Cheshire Cat, so I tried to do the Cheshire Cat kind of voice. And then the way it kind of worked over the years was like I would see the character and a voice would just come to me. On the rare occasion where I have difficulty coming up with a voice, you know, I maybe try and look for inspiration. Maybe there's something about the character, and I try to, you know, if it reminds me of another character, I might try and draw inspiration. Like, for example, with, you know, when I was trying to come up with the voice of Scrozzle. All I knew was that he was like this scientific genius, and he was kind of sometimes a little bit of a coward, and he would act like a bully, but then when push came to shove, he would back down. And that reminded me so much of Dr. Smith from Lost in Space. So I was trying to do like a Dr. Smith voice, and it just wasn't working. So anyway, long story short, I managed to just pull the voice out of nowhere.
It's not nearly enough to get Master Evox back to your world, but this could be enough to power one of my giant Gigadrones.
And then, like for Slither, oh my gosh, that's a whole other story. I don't even know how I came up with that voice. But I've got a YouTube channel. If you go to the YouTube channel, you can see the story, and I'll tell you how it came about. But yeah, so it's just kind of it's a mixed bag of nuts. Sometimes the voice just comes to me, and sometimes it's just like it's work.
That's awesome, man. Out of all, because you played so many characters, man, which one do you think like resonates with you the most?
Gosh, this is gonna sound really biased. Is a character I didn't like at first, and that's Scrozzle. So when I first got cast as Scrozzle, I didn't quite understand the character. I didn't know like what's this character about. I don't even know why they brought me in with you know the voice I did. And then by the end of the season, he kind of really resonated with me. There's a lot about him that it just it's kind of hard to explain. We still don't know a lot about this character, you know.
And he became a fan favorite too.
Fan favorite. He was in 3 series. And we know almost nothing about him. You know, all we know is that when he was on the run, he was hiding in Corinth in the RPM universe. So it's like, what's that all about?
We need cheetah speed or jackrabbit jumping. Reckless Avatar! Without my technology, we wouldn't stand a chance against those rotten Rangers.
So I really I love Scrozzle. He really resonates with me. I don't know if I was about to say something else. It might be one of your next questions, but it's like some of the other characters. I really enjoy voicing Cosmo Royale from Ninja Steel.
Time for another explosive episode of Galaxy Warriors! The mightiest, fiercest, and smelliest monsters in the universe will join me, Cosmo Royale!
Well, that's a fun character.
That's awesome. Now, I did notice when I was going through, you know, some of your credits that you were on Xena and Hercules.
I was definitely on Xena and Hercules many moons ago. I was in 4 episodes of Xena, And in 3 of those episodes, I was a bad guy, and Xena beat me up. And I got to say, it was a privilege being beat up by Lucy Lawless. Okay.
That's awesome. And what about Hercules? How did that come about?
Yeah, same thing. It was the same casting director, and they liked my work, and they were just kind of waiting for the right character to come along, and it just never seemed to happen. And then I was so lucky because in the final season, they only ended up doing like 6 episodes, I think, or something, and I managed to get into like the 2nd episode. And I went in, auditioned for it, and I guess I just looked villainy enough or something, and it worked out. So,
what about that was a shot in New Zealand as well, right?
It was all shot in New Zealand.
So
yeah.
are you hailing from New Zealand, or are you American as well?
I am American, but I lived enough time in New Zealand that yeah, I'm considered a New Zealander.
Slider at the end of Cosmic Fury is just kind of like hanging out in space, I guess, somewhere. Or they didn't really allude to what happened to him after his heroic act.
Okay, so something crazy happened, and it was almost like a repeat of something that happened in Dino Fury. I think at the end of season 1 of Dino Fury, he and Mucus kind of got sucked into this other dimension, and they were just floating around.
Someone was around.
And then like 2 episodes later, they were back for the Christmas episode, and no explanation whatsoever. So, but I guess that just shows how clever and resourceful they are. Well, if you finish watching the end of Cosmic Fury, yes, Slider and Mucus save the day, and their ship blows up, and they're floating off in space. And I remember when I read the script, I was like, "Whoa, that's kind of dark." You know? Is this how we're ending it? But if you watch like the final scene where they're at the rock concert, you will see Slider and Mucus, and they're doing the lights and everything.
So good to be alive!
The terrific 2. So somehow they got back. We don't know why, but reasons,
right.
you know, just reasons. And it doesn't matter. They're back. So, you know, maybe, you know, they're good guys now. So maybe they'll come back for something else.
I mean, that was really cool. I was, you know, as far as like villains go, we don't see, or like generals kind of thing, we don't really see a lot of development for the characters. And it seems like Cosmic Fury, well, they did a lot of things that was different in Cosmic Fury in general. But you got to come out as, you know, yourself. First of all, you turn into a human. Slider turns into a human.
Yeah, so Slider got to transform into Mr. Wiz in Dino Fury.
That's right.
And then he becomes a good guy, and they all kind of lived happily ever after. So
being behind doing ADR so much, what was it like to come and like be like full circle, like in front of the camera again, like on Dino Fury and Cosmic Fury?
It was unreal, you know, like I was just glad that I got to be Mr. Wiz, and a lot of people think that, you know, that they just gave me the part. No, I had to actually audition for that, and so I was kind of thinking, oh, am I actually going to get this? But I got it, and I thought, okay, that was kind of fun. And when I found out that he and Mucus survived at the end of Dino Fury, and then had gone up to start a circus, I was like, this is interesting. So I'm really thrilled that they kind of became heroes and, you know, saved the day.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
And I really liked those characters arcs for Mucus and Slider. I thought it was really good. It would kind of remind me back to the Goldar Rito days as far as early, because they actually kind of delved into the character a little bit more, and they haven't really done that in Power Rangers recently.
No.
So lastly, a lot of people may not realize, but you are one of the alphas.
That was a wonderful rest, but it's great to be up and running again.
Yes, I got to play. I got to be the voice of Alpha 6 in Operation Overdrive, and to my shame, at the time that I was given the part, I did not realize the significance of Power Rangers. If had I known that, I would have saved my scripts. I would have done so many things differently. But yeah, I'm absolutely thrilled to be a part of Ranger history and to be one of the Alpha units. Yeah, so. That was probably not one of my better versions, but yeah.
I loved it, man. That was awesome. Great here. Well, I want to thank you for coming and talk to us today. I appreciate you coming here to San Antonio as well. Where can they find you?
Well, okay, so I am on social media, Instagram, Real Campbell Cooley, Twitter, just at Campbell Cooley. But the fun begins at my YouTube channel. It's Campbell Cooley, voice actor at large, and there will be behind-the-scenes videos of me in the booth recording some of these characters and on a few other adventures and that sort of thing. So yeah, look forward to seeing you there. And please, if you follow me on Instagram, I will do my best to respond. I try to reach out to everybody.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you for joining us today. Again, you can follow Campbell Cooley on his Instagram and YouTube. Check out his YouTube channel as well. And then if you're in San Antonio area, he'll be here signing pictures, and I'm sure you have more appearances coming up as well.
Definitely.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.